morning and welcome to the program coming to you live on Politics and Business TV here in the nation's capital. My name is Medina Azaki, and today we'll be looking at abduction of children. About 12 years ago, exactly 14th of April, 2014, over 200 girls were abducted in Chibok, a small local government in Borno State. Today, more children have been abducted, most not reported, including adults have also been abducted. Today we'll be looking at how did we degenerate as a nation where our children are abducted on a regular basis. And most times they are girls. This and more is what we'll be discussing with my team. And a security expert from Borno will also be joining us about in the next 10-20 minutes to also tell us exactly what the situation is. We tried getting across to some of the Chibok girls that were released, and I was being told that for some reasons they don't want to talk, to the media. Gentlemen, lady, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to Voices. You're talking about girls, and I'm a father of girls. I'm a father of 5 girls.
That's where I was coming to. And for people who are parents of just girls, a father of girls. Many years ago, I was reading an article somewhere in a magazine called Africa Today. And the story was trying to celebrate the girl child, the African girl child, the day of the African girl child. And the story went this way. Imagine you as a mother or a father. Your 14-year-old girl was abducted, only for her to resurface some years later with 2 children. How would you feel? That was the poser, the writer.
2 children from where? First and foremost, from where?
The child was abducted
by
criminals, insurgents. That's how he put it.
And they came with those 2 children.
And she came.
They are the offspring of those.
Your innocent child was abducted or kidnapped.
And came back with the offspring of those.
After some years later, she resurfaced with 2 children. How would you feel? I think that's the question I should put here. How would you feel?
2 children belong to
abductors, of course. The children will be from our abductors.
If I want to be very blunt, I won't accept those children.
So what do you do with the children?
Well, I mean,
your daughter is their mother. What do you do?
I will not accept them. I will not accept them because let me say why I'm not going to accept them. I have seen situations where people will try to adopt children, and I'm saying it for those who want to. It has happened in my own family, so I'm not speaking. My uncle died, left 3 children. We shared them, and then I took one, a girl. I took my.
That's a different case from
I'm coming. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going somewhere. It's going to connect to that, and I'm trying to tell you the power of the blood. Why I will not accept those children. And when my sister took the son, and before we took those children that were not biologically ours, my mother warned us not to.
Well, you said they are your uncle's children.
Yes, my mother said no.
So is it not your blood? Is your uncle not your blood?
From my mother's side.
Then
my mother said no. There's something about that my uncle, that's the eldest, and that's that the father is the elder sister's first son.
Okay.
Now I think the Okoyes. My mother is not alone. My mother said that blood in my village, we don't go close.
Is it an issue?
Not Osu. There's something about their behavior.
Okay.
And we were like, because we are children born and raised in the city. We said, Mommy, stop that thing you are saying. We are Christians, we are born again Christians. We don't have time for such discrimination and all that. The blood of that, the father of that, his man is dead, the wife is dead. What killed the man and the character of that man that was so terrible before he died, the son that is my sister is displaying it now and is in 111 University of Abuja.
But that is a difference.
No. We just. I'm not remember. No, we're not.
Let us come back to this.
I'm bringing. Let me bring it now.
Hold on.
The blood of that man is speaking now, and now we now remember why my mother said that blood is there. So now, if my child comes back with a child that is of a polluted blood,
of an abductor,
An adopter is a political criminal.
So it's for criminal.
Yes, so criminal. That blood.
So what do you do with the child?
I won't take that child. That's what I'm going to tell you because of what I've just
experienced. Going to cause more psychological problem for your child.
Well,
and even for the daughter.
I will not take. Sorry, I won't take. I wouldn't want to tell you certain things I will do because I'm on TV.
No,
but I will not take it.
Somebody did some things, which I'm going to say. Somebody did some things here. But I'm just saying that for you, there are 2 lives involved here, or 3 lives involved. You see, Medukuri has become a theater.
Of war.
Not even of war. Of Shakespeare. Because the kind of 2 stories that are coming out from this insurgency, you know, the human angle, the criminality angle, the economic angle, the psychological angle, the trauma angle, so many angles, you know, that are coming out of it. And in the near future, those who want to, let me not just say it here, but for those who want to sell films, you understand? Who wants to sell drama? They will have a lot of content. It's only for them to go and ask.
I pray you come back alive after asking.
You will come back alive.
If you are not abducted yourself.
No, but the center of Medukuri is very peaceful. One of the peaceful places you can find today. And the governor built some of the most fantastic schools, some of the most standard schools you cannot find anywhere in Nigeria as I speak to you today. This, you know, the kind of secondary and primary school that he built are far better than some private universities that are springing up today. World class, if you ask me. And he did so much within his own power in trying to revive, you know, those bad memories, in trying to bring the states back, you know, and tell people that, okay, let's even forget those bad memories and come back, you know. You know, they say most times that after war, some good things happen, some kind of development happen. But let me come back to you as a mother. I just asked the question, yes. He said he's not going to accept it. That's a very sincere, you know, argument. Yes. What about you? Your daughter was kidnapped, and she just
all of a sudden with two kids.
Yes. What would you do?
Personally,
from criminals.
Let me speak from the angle of being a mother. Your blood is your blood. Yours, as the Hausa would say, Nawa Yafinamu. That's mine. It's better than ours. She's my blood. For the fact that she was kidnapped and was away from me, leaving me with pains for years, I was being traumatized as a mother. Coming back, it was a thing of joy. It's a thing of joy for me seeing her coming back. With the two kids, I embraced them. Just like in the Bible, the story of the prodigal son. What happened to him?
But the prodigal son, he didn't come back with a child.
No, he didn't come back. But he came back with some negative traits. He came back. His coming back was not going to be as the way he was before he left. So the daughter, my own daughter, let me put it this way, didn't intend to be kidnapped. And if that didn't happen,
it's not her fault.
It wasn't her fault. She was unprepared.
She was an innocent child.
Yes. She was being traumatized there. Just as she left me, I was being traumatized for years. So the immediate thing I would do, even if she was coming back crippled, I embraced her, welcome her back home with the two kids.
And be happy that
be happy that I'm having her alive.
You said something on this program, I think last week. You said, I don't know if it is this program or off program. You said, when you adopt a child, after some time, the child begins to grow and behave like you.
Yes.
The law of attraction of the
yes. So a child begins to look like you and behave like you.
More of look, but behavior, because personal experience have made me to understand, I've not lost my own, that the blood, that statement, blood is thicker
than water.
Made me to realize that. I saw it practical. You see the blood, you know, there's this thing about my place. We don't play with genealogy from the southeast. The southeastern part of Nigeria is one place that they can trace your genealogy down to your fourth generation. That is why when you ask an Igbo man what's your name, he will tell you down to his roots. Now we don't play with that. That is why if you go to you visit our villages, the first thing they will tell you, they would like to find out if you understand where you are from, your genealogy. I can even trace my fourth father that migrated from Aro in Abia, even Adava from Ebonyi down. So we don't play with it. That is why when you bring a child, they also think that if you bring a child that has questionable history, when you are long gone as a father, that history will continue to haunt that child. And that is why we are very careful with. We don't joke with things like pregnanting a girl in the southeast. Any Igbo man that is listening, in fact, the easiest way you can get the daughter of a rich man to marry you in Igbo land is to pregnant her. Because if the father refuses, the father will take a bow immediately, because we don't joke with it. We don't play with it in the southeast.
So that's a child out of wedlock?
Yes. We don't, not even out of wedlock.
Of course, out of wedlock.
No, I'm talking about
marriage didn't happen.
No, if you love a girl, for example, you know, in some
let us say it as it is. A woman got pregnant.
Eventually, you're going to marry.
No, that's it. But it's still a child out of wedlock.
No, you don't. You didn't get what I'm saying.
I'm getting what you're saying, but I'm telling you that child wasn't.
It's out of wedlock.
It's out of wedlock. Yes. So don't change.
Okay, when did I get married to the guy?
That child is still out of wedlock.
And in that case, is there any dowry being paid?
No,
there's no dowry.
But that child is still out of wedlock.
I don't understand what you mean by wedlock.
No, of course.
Or that lock or no lock. What matters that I don't know, the dowry is paid.
That child was before marriage.
Before marriage. The pregnancy
somebody said marriage is actually when you pronounce.
No. The pregnancy setting without dowry. So it's not marriage.
However, at the long run, certain things will be done.
I know, but that's after the child.
No. Even when the pregnancy. But now, the point I'm trying to make is that why personally I'm going to reject that thing, because that child will continually live in trauma from where I come from. They will keep telling me.
What do you do with the child? Will you send him to the motherless baby's home, or are you going to kill the child? What are you going to
Instantly.
Instantly. What are you going to do? You just take your daughter back and take those children and say...
And taking them back, where do they go to? Imagine that.
No, he will take that. Are you going to take them to motherless baby home? And
when they... Well, first and foremost, I will first of all make my daughter understand my position as a father. That you see, I love you as my daughter, but you see, this child will never bear my name, will never have anything to do with my family lineage. Okay. That as long as this child grows, the only human sympathy I can attach, because I love kids personally, is allow the child grow. Then if along the line the child is growing and getting to be, but I would almost make her understand that this child is not part of me and will never be part of me.
But he will grow in your house?
To a certain stage, then.
You give him out or
yes, let him go back to whatever he's coming from, the north or whatever. I will excuse him.
I don't understand.
Sorry, please. I want to ask.
No. Let me ask him. No. You know, I'm sorry. We are trying to personalize this, but it's
not be to government.
Yes. But because when you say to the north, is it the north that abducted your child?
If
you are from Borno, for instance, if you are a Borno father,
yes.
If you are a father from Borno, or if you are a father of one of those Chibok girls. I'm printing a scenario here that you are a father of those, because you are trying to tribalize it now. That let the child.
Yeah, I'm trying to base on my culture.
That's what I'm saying. That what if the people who adopted your daughter are from the southeast, from your own village? Imagine the unknown gunmen, the IPOP. Let's even say IPOP. That you are a father in a village, or in the state capital.
Now I will not.
No, hold on.
Okay.
An IPOP. It's not your portion. No, I'm just saying, sorry. And they abduct your child. Your child was abducted 2-3 years, and she showed up with 2 children. Are you not going to say, child, go back to the IPOP people who impregnated?
Yes, I'm telling you what maybe you don't understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You just tell the child to go. The child that doesn't know what is IPOP.
After a while, I said, if I raise the child.
How will you know the IPOP member who impregnated?
What I'm coming. It is not the IPOP member that matters. Look at my thinking here. Yes, you must understand my thinking. My thinking, the blood aspect is the fact that a thief
will always be a thief.
And that's where I'm going to.
But you're also not getting what I'm saying. When you say the child should go to wherever he's coming from, that's where I'm taking you off. A child that doesn't even know where his father is, he doesn't even know how this whole thing happened. You are now saying a child that maybe he grew up in your house about 10 years. Then you now wake up one morning and say, go to your IPOP father. You now go to look for IPOP.
No, 10 years is too small. Father. 10 years. Maybe 15, 16, within that age.
Then you now tell the child to go to IPOP.
But like I said, I will consistently remind the child.
Okay, that you are an IPOP child.
That you are not my blood, and whereabout, this is your whereabout, so that you don't stain my genealogy.
Yes, I understand. But what I'm saying, are you not going to tell the child to start looking for his iPod?
When he gets to the age of 18, maybe 17, of course, I will tell the child he's a man.
Okay.
He
Or
can
a
choose.
woman. What if it's a
After
woman?
all, identity is a mystery to some of us. You are where you are because somebody told you, to a large extent. Your mother told you.
Yes.
Yes. What happens to the IDP camp? People that will set in IDP
But let's
camps.
come back to the
So
story
now,
itself.
I'm trying to cover up my point.
Yes.
You are what you are today because you are a product of transferred information. It is only when we die we get to know.
So that child too is going to get inherit transferred.
A lot of people got missing after the Civil War. Today they don't know their
If that child is a girl,
you are pushing me.
Yes, because
if that child is a girl,
you tell her go back. You don't even consider the psychological effect
Yes,
and the
that's the
trauma
point. That's where I wanted
that
to
will
come
happen
in.
to that child to even understand that he's a product of criminality.
Okay, fine. Let me put it sentimentally here because you are mentioning a girl child. When a child is growing, of course, you study the behavioral traits because such children they'll be more focused on that child. Even you as a father. But if along the line you are blessed enough by God to see the child behave well, because what matters, the fear there is the behavior. The behavioral traits that comes with hereditary. Maybe the child, but if you start seeing those traits, like the one I cited, that happens to my immediate younger, if she's watching, she knows what I'm saying. As I'm talking tonight, last night I couldn't sleep, that was the issue on the ground. The boy is already behaving like that. Now, and we're thinking of, okay, Oga, you know what, thank God we have done the best to the university level, from the university back to Aba.
Go back to where you came from.
Yes, please get your career. And that was why when she wanted to travel abroad, they warned her not to change the name from Okoye's to her name. To be careful, to watch that blood trace if it's going to repeat itself. And now we are seeing it seriously now. So now I am going to watch her that if I am blessed enough to see a child, because it's not the child's fault. The child came to the world unannounced.
You did say here.
If I see it.
You did say here that may your loyalty not be tested.
Yes.
So I'm going to coin another one. May your patience never be tested.
Patience and loyalty, they are not the same.
No, that's what I'm saying. That may your patience never be tested.
Amen.
It's only your endurance.
It's easier to answer. It's easier to come to TV and say, I will accept the girl, a thief.
Yes.
Pregnanted my daughter.
No,
I will be scared that child will be a thief too.
You see, it's a very sincere perspective. This is who you are.
No, I won't take.
But for you, a woman who will not understand where he's coming from, women are very emotional.
Yes.
It's my child, whether he's a criminal.
My grandchild.
My grandchild.
My grandchild. Whether he's a criminal or he's a bandit or he's an insurgent or he's this or he's that, he's still my child, my grandchild.
Not my own.
And I'm going to adopt him because of that. How are you going to deal with that trauma of constantly remembering where the circumstances that brought up the child?
Well, for me, as I earlier said, that the immediate thing is to embrace my daughter, and with the two kids that I don't even know how they came about, but with the belief that she was being pregnanted by the bandits, the insurgents.
Kai.
The trauma, whether we like it or not,
it's happened to so many families.
That trauma will still remain. But as I'm having the intention of embracing her, or maybe I've embraced her, the next thing I will do is to get her cancelled.
De-radicalized.
Yes. She's coming back to me with trauma. I need to be cancelled too, because I've been living with trauma as I was waiting for her coming. Then seeing her all of a sudden with two kids. Both of us, the whole family is being traumatized. So I will get her being cancelled.
So it's trauma pro max.
Yes.
Now. Everybody's
because
traumatized.
There's no way I will live with her in the house. Personally, for me as a mother, being emotional, I will never keep reminding her, these children are not mine.
You will try and conceal it.
I will try and conceal it.
Because one word and everything is gone.
Because to keep reminding her that these children are not mine.
Not even her. I won't remind the child. I will tell the child.
I will not even tell the children.
Have we not seen situations
I will not tell the children.
Have we not seen situations where children don't behave like their parent? You can be a pastor and imam, and your child becomes a thief.
Yes.
Your child becomes an insurgent. Your child becomes an IPOB. Your child becomes a bandit.
That is explainable.
does that mean that you are a bad person? You raised him well. You raised her well. Unfortunately, peer group or whatever happened along. How are you going to explain?
You didn't raise him well. No, that's unfortunately peer group, because if
you raised them well. Have you not seen?
I didn't monitor their friends. The friends they keep.
You said?
I know my children's friends.
That's what I'm saying. Peer group pressure and all of that. Mixing with people. You see, no matter how good you are when it comes to training, the final outcome is God's guidance. That's the final outcome.
Now,
only God that can do 100% or 90%.
You see, I will say.
Cannot say because
no, I'm not saying I will do 100%, but no, not because of being a good father.
Or a good mother.
As a father now, I know the negative. I've started seeing the negative traits of my daughters. I always use myself as the first thing I ask myself, God, why did you give me girls first? And I know why God gave me girls first. I know.
Why?
You know, sometimes there's this private space where you reflect your life. You are there to share your shame, your experience. Nobody shares that space with you. It's like a driver's seat. No matter how choked a vehicle is, there is one seat nobody shares. It's called the driver's seat. The driver must be comfortable. You can carry 3 in front, 10 at the back. But the driver, that driver's seat of every human being is there. I always ask God, okay, my first, second, third, fourth, why girls? And I know why I got girls. Now,
so why? Tell us the reason now.
Good. You know, growing up as a young boy, I used to be very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. So, my mom was so scared that, can you get married? Can you keep a woman at home? You stubborn? So, when I gave birth first, second, I had to be calm. I have to learn how to apologize to women and be calm by force, because the way you treat a girl child is not the way you treat. If those girls were boys by now, and 2 of them took after my stubbornness, by now my house will be serious war. Because I'm a man, they are men too. But now, seeing them girls, you have to be tender in your approach. So those girl children also taught me to be patient, learn to calm down, because if you don't calm down, I don't beat them. I hardly beat them. But I can talk to them, sit down and see this you are doing, this you are doing. I have to become a counselor by force. Because they are girls. But if they were boys, I will not be a counselor by force.
For most fathers, having girl children,
they are even discouraged themselves.
They are a blessing to most fathers. I've told you the story of one of my boss.
Of course, I know.
Who has 4 girls. And one day I asked him, I said, how comfortable are you that you have 4 girls? There's this man ego. I don't have a boy child. And he said, you know what? My daughters are my pride. They have made me so much proud that I've forgotten that I don't even have a boy. And I understand where he's coming from. He's a father who is a friend to his daughters. When you see them walk, because they're all tall and huge, when you see them walking together, you think he's their boyfriend.
I feel so too. For someone I'm going to church with them.
Daddy, and all of that. And he feels very comfortable. His last daughter, as I speak to you today, is studying building in ABU. If you know what building is in ABU, you will understand the kind of effort that child is making, almost coming out with the first class. In the next 4 or 5 months, he's going to be out of there with almost a first class in building. One of the tough courses in ABU's area. And he said, you see, this is my last one, doing me all of this. So it's a blessing for people who have girl child. And he told me, he said, you know what, at my old age is when people will understand that girls are a blessing to me. Because do you know what, these boys will get married and leave and disappear. But these are the daughters who will stay.
They will always remember the home.
They will remember the home and take care of me. So I'm comfortable not having a boy. I don't even miss it. So that's a blessing for some people. For some people from your own part of the country, if you don't have a boy, you are not man enough. In fact, if you have a chieftaincy title, they can also remove it. I mean,
no, I don't think. Let me tell you one of the reasons. See, if you're not in my shoes, you will not understand how it pinches.
Of course.
And as much as I respect the opinion of that man, I also believe in that too, girl child. But I have also, as one who is a natural, very curious and inquisitive type, a researcher by nature, I can tell you too that there is also an advantage. There's a reason why God gave us both sex, male and female.
To create a balance?
Yes, I can tell you. There's something that will happen at the man, as I said, there's a driver's seat in everybody's life. There's something that will happen in the house. You say, if Cheta was a boy,
I want to be here.
This thing wouldn't
have happened.
I'm telling you, it happens. In as much as I see, if you go to my estate, go and ask, as a woman was watching me. She said, do you know I'm proud of you? I said, no, you parade your girls, you stroll them. My daughters are taller than me. They have this rapid growth from my mom, my wife's lineage. They are tall. Okay. If you see them 11, 14, like they are tall. When they dress with their native wear high heels, you think they are women. But they're just teenagers. And I went with my Baba, the guy in church. So I feel that same. I feel of, very soon as a young grandfather, I'll be young. I feel that way. But there's certain things that will happen.
There's a challenge too. There's disadvantage, the minus.
Yes, so it's there. Having one particular sex.
Trying to run away from
it's there.
There's a crack there.
It's there.
Whether you like them or not.
Driver's seat there.
The driver's seat. Now you know.
Now you driver. Will anybody share that with you?
Nobody.
Every human being has it. You look, even your personal bad character as a human being. There's a driver. Sometimes you go and sit and say, but this is my character. I know they help me through my car. Talk to. That's called the alter ego. You bring yourself out and talk to yourself mirror to mirror. He's there. So
you have a meeting with yourself.
That's the functional conscience.
Yes, you have
conscience.
Yes, you have a meeting with yourself. Except you don't.
Okay, I believe Abaji is on the line. Abaji, if you can hear us.
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
A very good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you all.
All right. So 12 years after Chibok abduction, what is the story like? What are you hearing? Hello?
Hello.
Those that have returned back home, they are living peacefully with their parents. Some were married, some were in school. So this is how they are now moving their life smoothly like before.
But let's come back, because I asked a question here and I said, for those who returned with children, of the insurgent, how are their family members? How did the family members receive them, and what is the situation now?
They have government has tried a lot in that field. Government has cancelled the family. Government has cancelled the community where those girls are residing. So they are living good relationship with the community, and those boys that they came. They received them with two hands. So even some of the boys now, they are enrolled in school. Some were even they are in Islamic school and modern school. So in fact, I don't see there's any challenges with the children.
Let me understand something. Are you saying that they married their abductors, the people who impregnated them? Is that what you're saying now? Hello?
When they return back home, they have to reunite with their members of their family. So those who came with children, those who came with children, they receive them with good hand. So they are just taking care of them like their grandsons. They are giving them they're taking good care of them.
Now, what I'm saying is that those who returned with, did they go back to marry the Boko Haram members who impregnated them? Is that what you're saying?
No, some are even married to people like this, are not even members of Boko Haram, and some were remarried to still repentant Boko Haram that they know themselves from the bush.
Okay, so we have two sets. Some married some married the Boko Haram members that impregnated them.
The repented ones.
Yeah.
Repented one. And the community accepted them.
The community accepted them with good faith.
What about their parents?
Myself now, within my area, I have 2 or 3 of them which are taking good care of them. We are doing good, and they are living happily with the community.
So they don't have any trauma? No any sign of trauma?
No. Because they have been giving them cancer. People did not victimize them. They receive them with good life. But if you show them something like you don't want to associate with them, or no any rapport between you. That's what the trauma is coming.
Okay. What about those who married people who are not repentant, who married normal people? How did they accept them?
They're living
it's very easy for you because you are there on ground. You have seen how they live. For those of us that are here, we are trying to comprehend, what the situation is.
Even those who are not Boko Haram married the wives of Boko Haram where we are living.
Wow. I will allow my colleagues to continue the question. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I want to thank you for that information. But let me put it out to you there. Don't you think some of these abilities and flexibilities of people has to do with the nature and collective psychology of the people, the way the people are? For example, there's a behavior that's expected from a woman who is from that side and a woman who is from the far southern eastern part of Nigeria. When they say somebody is an Igbo woman or somebody is a Yoruba woman, don't you think the behavior of those people have a way of also, relating to issues like this? Because the people from there, from what I understand, the people from that side of the country also might probably take things lightly and take life easily than we from the southeast. It's going to be, because from where I come from, accepting those things is not going to be easy the way your own people will take it easy. So don't you think that will play out too, the nature of the people?
Yeah, because you see, there is one thing people should understand. Those Boko Haram members that fall into this situation, they are also part of us. They are our sons, they are our brothers. They are misled and joined this movement. So, if we did not accept them, if we didn't care, the relevant peace that now we are able to enjoy, we will not get it. As I'm talking to you now, right now, more than hundreds are willing to come out. Why? Because of the way we receive them, we give them brotherhood and sisterhood, we support them in every life of the society, what they wanted to do. They were taking good care of in the hospital, they are giving them some token amount to start business. So we have to accept them. They need us and we need them.
What seems to be having some
compare between the north and the southern part.
Yes, I'm coming.
Yes,
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the more reason. That's the difference between where the crises are caught and where the crises are didn't occur. If you say now, what happened to us, it was in the southeast of where you came from. And definitely, I know you will accept them the way we accept them.
I don't think so, sir. You are even laughing, sir.
Because you said you the one who wears the shoes know where it pinches.
Where I come from,
exactly
sir. Where I come from, sir. With due respect, trust me. The Igbo man will always say, "Bow." The Hausa man is seen to be a Bakomi kind of person. Even the way you behave, the way you behave, the way you also bury. There's a saying in my place that the Northerners behave the way they bury, which I wish we can bury. I wish we can bury the way you people bury. You die now, dig the ground, put you there, farewell, everybody go. But in my place,
because that's what our religion taught us. So let's come back to the issue.
But some of us are not even knowing that it's religion.
We're trying to maximize
3 days.
Network. There's a network somewhere. So let's continue with the question. Before you go and change it to something.
Not change.
I was just going to ask you, sir.
Ask him.
Like the girls that came back and reintegrated with the community and finally got married to some community members around your area. You made mention of them being cancelled. Was it the parents who cancelled them, or some professionals were brought in to cancel them?
You see, we have the Ministry for Women Affairs. When they came in, they will take them direct into the Ministry for Women Affairs. And we have professionals there who are counseling them. And I myself, I'm a member of Copiana Peace Training Center, which I have gone many courses under the Copiana Peace Training Center. So they taught us how to counsel and how to bring in those victims. Even what we are doing now is we are counseling even the victims of the war. First, what we are even doing before we take them into the community, we have to mobilize our team, move in and counsel victims of the war first before we will even take those who have repented or whatever to back to their community.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for the quite good response that you have given. Because as they always say, charity begins at home. You started it within you and you extended to the professionals, which is good.
So I ask him more questions.
Yes, more questions, of course.
Good morning, sir. Are you with me, sir?
He's with you. He can hear you.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. Now, I want to commend the fact that you are one of the experts who is responsible for counseling these people and trying to de-radicalize them. Now, let me ask a question. Now, how successful is this program? Have you seen any traits, especially in those children? Because my fear I've registered here is character traits, behavioral traits by virtue of hereditary. Have you seen any sign of behavior from those children showing that they are, a makeup of some kind of quote and unquote bad blood?
Yes, because there is one child that came across towards our area. He was even asking, is there any, when he was asking his mother, and the mother was telling me, I was there to counsel him. He was saying that he didn't know that there is another war outside. I said, what? He said that look at people friendly, they don't have carry weapons, nothing like this, but where it came from, you see them moving with weapons and all these things. But look at these people are very friendly, accommodative, and all these things. That small boy of 5 to 6 years old was telling me this. So, you see, the problem is now is the Borno State government is doing its best to see that he has overcome all these threats that we are in. And what the Borno State government is doing now, there is what we call Borno model, which introduced by His Excellency Professor Wagana Omar Azim, which was also coordinated by Brigadier General Ishak retired. You see, things are going smoothly. What we expect is we are expecting the federal government to move in and supplement the effort of the state government. You see, we have Operation the Corridor, who was in by the federal government, which was in Gombe, where some of the defendants were taken there after some few months, cancelled and they returned back to the community. And we have Borno model, which if they came out directly from the military, they came in, we take them into that camp and train them in various accusations, skill accusations. And the imams are coming in, both the pastor and, we have even Christian members of Boko Haram. I want you to know this. So the pastors are coming in, the imams, the ulamas are coming in, counseling them within that camp. And the government is inviting professionals to come in and train them in various skills. After some months, then the government will also call the community leaders within the LGS, because what we are doing in Borno model, if they came in, everybody they will classify them into different groups. You are from local government A, local government B, local government C, local government D. Then we will invite the local government chairmen, the elders, the imams, and the pastors, and all of that within that LGA. They will come, they will sit down, they will talk and discuss. Then they will bring their loved ones, the family, they come in, they interact before they will be released. So this is what we are doing. We are expecting the federal government should come in with full support.
Okay, sir, I know when you say federal government, you are looking for more money. But before we begin to talk about the money aspect, you did say there are Boko Haram who are Christians as we speak today. Is that true?
Yes, that is.
Okay, so that brings me to the next question, because I know Mr. CK is trying, the Gen Z father will still come up, because he was talking about character traits, and you are beginning to tell him that it is there. So you're just confirming what he said earlier. But let me ask you, for those Chibok girls who are Christians and were impregnated by Boko Haram Muslims, did they still marry them as Muslims, or they converted to become
or they go back to their religion?
Or they went change their religion? Was there any change of religion? I know predominantly the Chibok girls are Christian girls.
Point of correction.
Yes.
Point of correction, because in Chibok, we have both Christian and Muslim. Yeah.
Yes.
Because if I could say, because I think even the Muslims are majority in Chibok.
Muslims are majority in Chibok.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, but what about those girls? But what about those girls that are Christians and who were impregnated by the Muslim book? Did they marry them as Muslims or what? That's what I'm trying to drive at.
No, I just want to clarify to you to know that that LGA is for both the two religions. Yeah, you see, some they went back to the former religion, and some stay with the Islam.
Okay, some accepted it and moved on with their lives.
Move on with it, yes.
Okay, so I'm still going back to the. I will allow him to continue on the character trait, because his argument is this: how much will this counseling reflect in the future of that child in the future? Because we have seen and heard that the repentant Boko Haram are the ones that are causing more crisis, because they are the ones that are sending more information, to their friends and brothers.
Intercepting intelligence gathering.
And they are the ones that are causing more problem for us as we speak today. Is that true?
Point of correction.
Yes.
Because even within, we are on ground, and I am 100% part of the security architecture of this crisis. If now, I will give you just few examples. Those who are giving them information are those even who are supplying them logistic, oil, food, drugs, and others. They are not some members of the Boko Haram set. They are within the community. So, you see, you get the bad ones within those repentance, and you get the good ones. If I tell you now, out of 100%, 90% were doing a tremendous job to bring peace to this country. Because every information that they were giving us is 100% accurate. And every place where they took our troops, they were succeeding 100%. Because they know the terrain very well. Up to now, if I'm telling you, I will tell you clearly, they were working hand in hand in the front line. So, not all. Even within the society now, you get good ones and bad ones. Good and bad. So, that's how life is, that's how the world is.
Okay, I want to respect your realistic response here, because you've just settled it by saying even in sane societies, we still have the good and the bad ones. So it's not peculiar to Boko Haram set, because we know some of them were corrupted into it without their knowledge. They just kidnap them and then try to initiate them like a confraternity. Now, the question I still want to ask: do you think the leopard skin, the story of the leopard skin, where they say no matter the rainfall on the leopard, that the dots cannot clean? Because I am particularly concerned about traits, because I have my traits, just like the popular trait of the Abiola's family, where they said for you to know the child that belongs to the Abiola's family, there is a trait you must see. That's the power of traits. Do you think, what advice do you have for me as a father when I see such traits of a criminal? Do I still accept, move on, like you said, move on freely and be happy? Or do I just take that child and return that child to government to do whatever they want to do with the child?
You will not allow anything on government in your hand, because the responsibility of bringing up a child. 100% lays on the father.
True. I agree with you on that one. Mothers should hear that.
You see? Even within the parents, 60% or 70% there is in the hand of the mother. Because the father is always outside hustling to bring something on the table. So out of 100%, I think 75% responsibility is with the mother. So what we will do is we have to check our children's behaviors. Who are his friends? Where is he going?
Thank you, sir.
Why is he sleeping?
Thank you, sir.
You have to monitor your movement of your child.
Very true.
First, before, if you take it to the government, it's spoiled before you take it to the government. Then why did you allow you to leave him to spoil at the first place?
Okay.
So we have to get up.
All right, thank you, sir.
So go ahead, yeah.
Okay, sir. My question, sorry, I have to take you a little bit back to what you made mention of, that some of the girls who came back got married to the Muslims, the Muslim girls, they got married to Muslims. Some, the Christians, they decided on their own to either go back to their parents, remain in their religion, or going back to Islam. So I want to know, like those of them who remained in Islam and got married, were they forced into it, or willingly on their own they decided to get married to the Muslims? In as much as I'm interested in the case of the Chibok girls, all of them from both religions. So I really want to know.
First of all, let me make this clarification. Because if you go into Chibok now, in one family, you will see the mother is Muslim, the father is Christian. You see the sister is Muslim, the brother is Christian. If you have to let it within the one family, one blood. And those who came back, they are free. Nobody will force them to stay in the religion that they did not accept. Maybe they find it accommodating with them and they move on with the religion they made. And some that they did not agree with it, they went back to their former religion. So there is nothing like enforcement or something within what decision that they have made.
So I know how many more of the Chibok girls that are still in the hands of their abductors. How many?
You can ask the government now.
You said you're on ground, so I'm trying to find out from you who is on ground. How many more are still with the abductors? I think the last time we heard about 80-something.
87.
87 are still with the abductors. Is it true? Is it a correct figure?
Well, after that figure that they have given, I think they have rescued. I think they have received more than 5 or 10 ladies. Which was also in the media presented to the governor of the state by the security agents. So I think the number the ratio will come down.
Okay. I know after Chibok, so many other girls have been abducted, the ones that have been reported in the media, the ones that are not, even adults themselves have been abducted. What are you doing with these abduction issues? I know Borno has a lot when it comes to insecurity on their hands. What are the information that you get on a daily basis in terms of the number of children? Today I think we saw a video where today in Borno we have child soldiers. I don't know if that is true.
It is new in your place. Since when this crisis started, there is child soldiers within the means of the Boko Haram. And those child soldiers that you have been even seeing them now with the Boko Haram, those who even were born inside the crisis and they grew up inside the crisis.
Okay, born and brought up inside the crisis.
Yes.
Probably by some of those Chibok girls too.
Yes. No.
Probably.
No, because, okay. But what he's saying is that maybe some of them are even the children of the Chibok daughters.
That are still in
captivity. That are still in captivity.
Yes, it can be possible.
And then some are abducted from their parents.
Some were adopted from their parents. But for now, even the one you have been seeing in Ngoshe, those that were born in the mosque, out of it, most of them were born within the bush. They grown up there. That's why you see they don't have human killings at all.
And so, how do we, I know you talked about the Borno model in terms of peace and conflict resolution and all of that. Is this model extending to protecting the children from being abducted? Because I'm from Borno, I'm from Domboa. I know that today, even Domboa, the only place you find people is in the local government, inside that local government center. Out of the local government, you don't find anybody because everybody have to leave, except for our nomads who still stay with their cows in the bushes. But every other normal person, I call them people who are not normal. But every other normal person has moved, to this center itself where he can get protection. What is this model doing in terms of protecting children from being abducted?
This Borno model, you see, first, what he's doing, he was extending his handship, counseling those who were in the bush to lay their arms and come out. This is the first priority, and this is the first agenda. When they came in, then how to counsel them, how to give them professional skill that if they were released from the camp, they will stay on their own. So when they came in, what the government is doing first, when they have surrendered, they came in, first team that is going to visit them is the medical team. The medical team will be there, check them thoroughly, and get their health status first. Then the second issue is they will provide them with some amenities like clothes and some food items. But then the third one, the imams and the pastors and those who are expert on counseling, they will come in. Here's how it started. And you see, the adoption, what government is doing is we are appealing, we are creating awareness and tell the world we have to be very careful. Because most of this adoption, sometimes if they go and rate a community, then they will adopt. Sometimes in the highway. So we are praying for Almighty Allah to bring an end to this crisis that we are in.
Okay, how safe are schools? Because the Chibok girls were abducted from their school. So how safe are schools at the local government level, at the ward level, as we speak today?
The security are trying their best. And not only Borno, some were even kidnapping Zamfara, some were even kidnapping Nasarawa, some were even kidnapping Kwara. Why always Chibok and Borno?
No, because you are from Borno and we're discussing Chibok girls 12 years later. And when we want to speak about Zamfara, we'll bring somebody from Zamfara to tell us exactly the situation in Zamfara. I can start asking you the situation in Zamfara because you don't stay in Zamfara, you stay in Borno.
Yes, my sister, thank you. So, the government is doing its best. And those, I think most of the schools within the LGS are operating. And the students were there. If there is anything, the government will not hesitate to close the schools. But for now, alhamdulillah, those local government that the authority was there, the schools are existing.
What is the turnout like as far as children are concerned? Because after that abduction, a lot of parents stopped sending their children to school, especially their girl child at the local government and the ward level. What is the turnout today? Has that perception changed? I don't want to send my daughter to school and then somebody will come and abduct her and kidnap her. Is it changing?
The children are going to school. If you go to any school, you will find the ratio of the students are very recommendable because they are going out. But all what we know, most of the schools now, we don't have boarding school. You go and study and go back to your house. I think this is one of the things that the government is doing, and 100% is showing a very good result. of turning out of the students within the LGS.
Are you saying that even the federal government colleges now operate at daytime? They don't operate boarding anymore?
No, the federal government colleges were only existing in the state capitals, not in the LGS.
The one where these Chibok girls were abducted, is it not the federal government college?
No. It's under the state government.
Okay. So let's come back to the parents of the Chibok girls, the ones that were abducted. We do know because of trauma, some lost their lives, some are alive. Has the government come up with any program, in terms of, relieving some of their pain? I mean, no pain, nothing can take away the pain of losing a child or a child being abducted, or you have not seen your child for so many years. Does the government has a program in terms of relieving the pain that they are going through?
Well, I have seen them at the presidential villa with the president. Then they were brought in, so we don't know exactly what the government did to them or tell them. Cannot give a clear.
I'm talking about the state government. So I'm talking about the state government. I'm not talking about the federal government. I'm talking about the state government itself.
The state government is doing its best. You know what? There is one thing I want you to acknowledge. Whatever the state government is doing is supplementing the effort of the federal government. And what the state government is doing now, I know that the Ministry for Women Affairs call the parents and sit down and discuss so many things. I think the government is doing its best on that access. That's why I was always saying that federal government should come in and supplement the effort of the state government, because the state government now, the load is too much on him. He is the one who resettlement, receiving the repentance, distributing food. Things are too heavy on him. So the federal government must come in and contribute his quota, supplementing the effort of the state government.
Okay, I know I just told my colleagues before we joined you that our governor is a super governor. He's been doing the impossible since he assumed office. I just told them about the kind of super class schools that he has been able to build at the state capital. And maybe if not for the insecurity, maybe all the local governments will have those kind of first class schools. But let me ask you, in spite of all of this, the situation is back to not normal. We've been seeing spikes in insecurity recently, the bomb blast, the attack on soldiers. What is responsible for this re-insurgence?
You see, first of all, our military are doing the best to see that they are bringing lasting peace to our beloved country. My argument is, I don't believe in any foreign country come in to our fatherland so that they can't help us. Because that country, anywhere you see them, their footsteps, they are creating more havoc, more problem than before. I always make that argument when they say that the United States troops are coming in to help our troops. I always ask this question: in history and in record, there is no any place in this world that America move in and bring lasting peace on that region. So, before they came in, what did they not eat and not something? Things are going on, military, they are doing their best to overcome those issues. But since they came in, things are not escalating. For me, I don't expect any foreigner to come and help us, because I don't think come from our country, they are good program there. I have spent a night with them, I have spent a day with them, which we are going to so many places. So I don't think nobody will come around and say that he will help us. You cannot bring somebody who is one who created the problem, and now you are saying that you will need support from him.
Okay, I think Mr. Ken has a follow-up question on that, yes.
Well, I think I want to align myself with
what you've just said, your thoughts on external assistance. Because prior to the arrival of the American soldiers, like you rightly said, we saw that this whole insurgence was, diving down. But now we are beginning to see, a shift in another pattern of killing, which is now, graduating from soft targets like villages to killing theater commanders and generals. So much so that in 4 months now, maybe 5 months thereabout, we have 4 generals, I think 2 colonels, lieutenant colonels, and lieutenants being killed and butchered like chickens. And that brings me to that, suspicion, and lining it with that of yours too, that the interference by foreign aid cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. So what do you think right now? Because of recent, was it 2 days ago, the president himself is saying he's consulting with the service chiefs of France and Germany. And we are yet to recover from America.
And we are moving into France.
I'm going to France and Germany.
But they also had Chad. The president of Chad was here.
No, I'm talking of the one with
same security part.
The one the media carried.
Even the one of Chad was carried in the back.
Okay. And now we are hearing France, we are hearing Chad, we are hearing Germany. Are you also in support?
Which one will be our best ally?
Our best ally is Chad. We work hand in hand with them. We are brothers. We are just division of by the colonials. If not, we are all brothers and sisters. And we work with them. We have seen the way we work with the Chadian troops, and we have seen their effort. So you see, I don't know why some of the professionals were misleading the president and the commander-in-chief. You see, during Buhari was not mislead. Buhari didn't give chance to this border to come in. So I don't see why President Bola Tinubu he was mislead. Because we don't accept any foreigner to come in. It's better that we do allied with our neighboring countries. Why is ECOMOG? I always ask this question. When the time of General Sani Abacha, there is crisis in Liberia, there is crisis in Sierra Leone, there is crisis within the African region. But Nigeria 100% funded it, send his troops, ECOMOG, restore peace. And now Nigeria is battling. Where are the ECOMOGs? I always ask this question. Why did they come in? Why another foreigner from somewhere else, from another region, will come in and help us? I always ask this question. Why are the ECOMOGs?
Okay. I don't know. We cannot answer where the ECOMOG are because we are not federal government.
Yes.
But it's a legitimate question that we have to ask the federal government. Where is the ECOMOG, the might of the ECOMOG that we know? That here today we are battling, with an insurgent that has lasted for over 17 years. If I get that correctly, since 2009 until date. But let me ask you, being somebody on ground, what exactly can the government, aside from, aligning with Chad? I know President Muhammad Buhari aligned with Chad, and that's where we saw the success that was recorded as far as the insurgency is concerned between the borders of Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa. What exactly do you think the government should do now? Now that you said the president was misled, the president has to come back to the same road that Buhari took. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Let him call the generals, the retired ones. Let them come in. Let them sit down. You need to call even the former presidents to sit down, because I want to assure one thing: if this country collapses, Africa has collapsed. Tinubu is sitting in a time bomb. Because if he didn't pick this crisis that we're in, believe me sincerely, Africa will be in serious problem. So my advice to Mr. President, we still have the former head of state alive, somebody like Yakubu Gawan, like Babangida, Abdusalam, and others. And we have the retired generals. We have the retired police. We have the retired Navy. Let them bring them back. Let them sit down. What is the way out? At least if you consult those people, definitely we'll get an answer. Why we'll fix this country. But not to invite any foreigner. Any foreigner that is coming in because of the natural resources that we have in this country. And even the issue of Boko Haram is not religion. It's an economic war. Because of what God has blessed the Northeast, more especially Borno, with the mineral resources that we have on the ground. That is why they brought in Boko Haram. You see, if that's the target, because it's not a religion. I want people to know it's an economic war, it's not religion. They just use the religion to create power to come in.
Okay. Before we round up, before now, we've not been losing generals. Why do you think we're losing generals this time around? Just within a couple of 4 months, we've lost 4 generals. A number of corners, is it 2 or 3? Because I remember just a couple of days ago, another
before yesterday
in Mongono. Why is it taking a toll on our generals? Why is this whole insurgency taking a toll on our generals?
Why are we bringing in foreigners to come and help us? That is suspicious. I don't believe with them.
So there's an allegation that they might be the one responsible for killing our generals. Is that what you're saying?
Because we know the crisis that they're creating within the global war. So they are not the people that we will trust.
Okay.
Who created Boko Haram? Who created the terrorists? I think if we could remember, Hillary Clinton has said it, the former Secretary to the United States government. We are the one who created them and we are the one who are basing them. So I see no reason why they should come in and say that they were going to help us. Before they were arrival, they come. In every war there is casualties. In every war we have to face these challenges. But it's not like this. Not just anytime they get out, they hit their target and they get it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. I wanted to, follow it up. You did say that if Nigeria collapse, Africa will collapse. And the president of Ghana just said it a couple of days ago. He said he prays for Nigeria to get its act together. So a lot of African countries are apprehensive as regards the fallout of this crisis, and they don't also want to be consumed. My brother Abaji Khalil, Commander, Nigerian Forest Security Services, Forest Ranger Northeast Commander. Thank you very much, sir, for your time on this program. And I can assure you, this team will visit Borno very soon. We'll visit the state capital. We'll also visit, some of those repentant, either Boko Haram or abducted girls. Let us just see how their lives are and what exactly the government has done in terms of improving, their lives. I will also visit Chibok, which is just some few kilometers away from my own local government. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
You're welcome. We're waiting for you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. And that's all right. And that's Abaji Khalil. He's a commander of the Forest Guard, and he joined us this morning. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll be rounding up on some of the points that have been raised during the interview. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. The program is still The Voices, and we are discussing Chibok girls abduction 12 years after. And we've been able to have a very wonderful conversation with Abba Ajo Khalil, who gave us, some mind-blowing, some eye-opening information. So, gentleman and lady, he said some of the Boko Haram are even Christians. So for those of us some of our brothers from the southern part of the country who viewed Boko Haram as a religious war, who see Boko Haram as mainly Muslims who are out there to kill Christians. I think this is a very valid information. So we now understand that we have Boko Haram who are Christian. Is this lack of information, isn't it this lack of information that has made this whole crisis moved away from economic, which is the main cause, to religion?
No, I don't think so. I think the issue there, why he mentioned there are some Christians who are members of Boko Haram is because ab initio, when Boko Haram started, it was branded to be a religious activity. You know, like he said, it was a business activity shrouded under the secrecy of religion. And
they just used religion to cover up.
That is the easiest way to. It's a black man's problem now. Black religion and
ethnicity. It's a black man problem.
Yes.
Why is it a black man problem?
Because I've told you.
When they say black man, you are the black man here, so it is your own problem, not us.
When it's a black man problem, because when you see, we are every community has their peculiarity. When you come to Africa, what do they like? They are communal in nature. Religion is communal in nature. So just plant this. The God must be crazy.
The God must be crazy.
Drop the bottle. So it depends. Is it a thick bottle, short bottle, tall bottle? Just look for it. But
also, the Elaborate to be Williams said the gods also must not to be blamed. The gods are not to be blamed.
Well, the gods are to be blamed and the gods are not to be blamed. We'll go into that when we're that forms one of my thesis in my university. Yes. So let's not go there. Now, the issue there is this. Now that it's becoming clearer, that is not a religious war. Because when you say Boko Haram, anti-education, the gun you are carrying is a product of education. The clothes, the uniform you are wearing,
it's product of
education. So what is
the drone that you use?
Do you understand? The armor tank, the GPMG, the RPGs, and it's a product of technology. So why can you be against what you are using? So now, then we did not think through this. But along the line, we started seeing videos of mining going on, and nobody has come to deny it. Ever since I've been a young man about knowing the know of this whole battle. Nobody has come to deny the economic. Now, a man who is on ground is now confirming it that it is not a religious war. So, being that it may, that is now a fact per se. Let me use the word per se. That it is an economic war. Economic war has nothing to do with religion. So I will not be surprised to see even Christians, Buddhists, traditionalists, because business has no.
Where I'm coming to is when we are reporting in the media, some of us we say Islamist insurgent.
That is the branding.
Yes, that's what I said. But it's a branding that is robbing us on many. That is robbing on many Muslims. When you now say my religion, is attached to killings, to insurgency. That is where the offense comes from. A criminal is a criminal. Why do you need to call it an Islamist insurgent?
Do you know why?
A criminal.
Well, no, let me tell you why.
Or a Boko Haram member.
No. Let me tell you why. It's the same thing applicable to the Southeast now. If a ritual killing takes place, the first thinking that will go to an average Nigerian is what? It's an Igbo man. Oh, they are ritualists. No, there are people that are not ritualists who make claim money. So that is that's the dangers of negative perception that have grown over the years.
Shouldn't we have a responsibility to identify it as it is, rather than giving it a religious coloration or giving it an ethnic coloration?
Those who have
a ritualist is a ritualist. A Boko Haram is a Boko Haram. A bandit is a bandit. We don't need no, because it's the responsibility of the media. It is we who form this perception and throw it out to people, and people begin to buy into it. The reason why the insecurity, especially this insurgency, rose to where it rose, is because of the religious coloration that is attached to it. Because most people will say it is their problem. I don't know Muslim and kill themselves there.
Do you know? There's a mistake. There's something you are not including here. When you act movies that has to do with insurgency, what language do they? The insurgency that are the actors that are costume. What costume do they wear them? Fulani dresses. Meanwhile, now we are hearing that we have even. If possible,
what do you mean by Fulani dress? Have you seen any Fulani dress?
I'm coming. No, costumes.
No, that's not a Fulani dress.
I'm coming.
Somebody wear camouflage.
No, it's not camouflage. No, I've seen.
You say it's Muslim.
No.
Do you know a Fulani
you need to be patient to understand the picture.
No, what I'm saying, do you know what a typical Fulani dress?
Wait, I'm coming. I have seen a movie.
You will see if you say a northern dress, fine, but don't
wait. Okay, let me give. I've seen a movie. Language. Now I've seen a movie where somebody was trying to ask what happened in Borono, all this, and the person was costuming the characters.
That's what
I'm saying. Language.
That's what I'm saying. The actor of the film and the media man who sits here or sits somewhere who writes is the one who is doing all of this branding.
That's what I'm saying.
That is misinforming the society.
Exactly. So
and that is why people's perception needs to be changed. That's what I'm saying. The fact that I wore an Igbo, what do you call it, attire. I wore an Igbo attire, and then I go to commit crime. Doesn't make me an Igbo. It doesn't make me an Igbo because
what if you're acting a film and you're speaking Igbo?
That's what I'm saying. That the producers, the actors,
they do proper research.
No, they don't do.
They should get people like this. They should get people like this. Excuse me. They should get people like this. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
But that's what I'm saying. Now that you are fair, now that I are fair, it is our own responsibility to also change the perception out there.
Well,
so that tomorrow when you are writing a drama book, the information you've gotten here will now aid you to write it properly. In fact, if I even do that, I will even need to travel, having heard this too. Yes. To also find out on the spot assessment. I always tell you about on the spot assessment. Yeah. You cannot, even on telephone, somebody can be telling you, I like and be doing you like this. So that's on the spot assessment is not as real as transferred information. So if I want to do a play like that, having heard this, I have to travel. Go there, mix up, ask questions, find out, and that will help me, shift my creativity when I'm putting on pen and paper, and I'll get the right information. Even sometimes before we travel, somebody gives us a clue. You don't just travel and go and fall into a trap that you know nothing about. If you probably go to Borno today, they drop you, if the plane just dropped you at Borno airport as a journalist or as a researcher, you need an aid to say, go here, go here. On your own, you won't take your bag and start entering people's houses to say you're doing on the spot. You'll be the victim. So you need some certain level of information. No, that's commonsensical, and we should know that. Yeah, you need certain information to guide you. If somebody tells you this information, this is it, you are going to work with it. But at the same time, going deeper to find out exactly how true it is. But everybody needs a guide. Yes, but let me come to you. Yes, you want to ask me a question? No, I just want to say something a little bit on what he's, when he made mention of Boko Haram's being Christians too, which for me is not surprising. I was happy he mentioned it boldly because this is something that some Christians, let me say, wouldn't want to talk about. Okay. Like today being the anniversary of the Yanya bombings. When it did happen, it came immediately after the Chibok girls' adoption. And to our greatest surprise, from where I come from, people thought no one from Southern Kaduna could be a member of Boko Haram. But there was one of my, I don't know if he's still alive, one of my tribal persons was involved. Was a bomber? And he was bombed too. Yes, at the Nyanya. He was one of those who came with the bombs. Yes, with the bombs. And for us, from my ethnic group, it was a big message for all of us. What ethnic group is that? Sorry. I'm Kagoma by tribe. Okay. From Jema local government of the southern part of Kaduna State. So, my people didn't know a child, a blood from that place could be co-opted as a member of Boko Haram. But he was involved. So that has made parents and even the youth to sit up. That yes, if you're able to have such a seat from among us. No, but I like the fact you said it was co-opted. They don't, like when we're making our arguments. But nobody was born to be a Boko Haram. Everybody was co-opted. Co-opted, yes. Nobody was born to be an insurgent. No, let me explain what I mean. No, that's what I'm saying. That nobody was born. Yes, I know. No. Why are you saying? So you mean the insurgents were born to be insurgents? You see, there are people who they were destined to be. No. You see, there are original, descendants of those who came in as Boko Haram to do a particular attack. Like you heard him say, like Hillary Clinton said, they created it. So it was the same abducted people who were created. No. If I create a monster, yes, I can take the monster, plant the monster in a community. The monster will now generate more followers. So those original monsters are naturally wired. Look at the KGBs in Russia. KGB is born not to know father and mother, grew up all in those roads to do a particular assignment. So there are people who create these monsters everywhere. And they... No, but what she's saying is this, that if somebody creates a monster, in Borno, where I come from, it all started with this negative preaching, co-opting people, come, do this, go against the government. The government has not been doing... and you buy it. Yes, they were all corrupted. The innocent people that are monsters today were product of this, you know, the monsters that invited them into the whole thing.
And initiated them.
Some people came into it. I don't know how true it is. I wanted to ask him, but you know, I forgot. But they were being given some things to eat, some blood to drink, and they lost their sense.
Of course, we take oaths.
And then drug played a very significant role. How do you see your own father in Borno? People, boys, Boko Haram members slaughtered their own fathers and told their fathers that we're only interested in our mothers, we're not interested in you. So it's part of the initiation. So when she's saying that people are corrupted, innocent people. Her own tribal man who poured bomb and went to bomb, what do you call it? What's the product of that?
So the corrupted ones, are they to be blamed? That's what I'm saying.
No, they are not to be blamed. But it is also a failure of a government that over time, you know.
And parenting too.
And not even parenting. When you have places that are not secured, porous borders. If you live, my father said he has grazed cattle in Sambisa in those years, many years. Sambisa used to be a reserve, a game reserve, fantastic reserve. Some of the best scenery that you can ever think of. But the government at that time, over the years, didn't, you know, feel it was an idea to develop the place, to make it a park center or research or whatever kind of center that you can think about.
And Californium has been discovered there now. Californium. A gram is about $27 million.
You see? So over the years, when you abandon spaces, unsecured spaces, this is what you get across lines. And economic wars will continue, and let us not deceive ourselves. According to you, the globalists, the capitalists, this is what
the religion and tribe doesn't matter to them.
It doesn't matter.
What matters to them, what they want to get.
But I am happy we've had a wonderful conversation. Someday in the near future, we'll travel to Maiduguri and see for ourselves on the spot assessment, and maybe we'll just take you to Sambisa and keep you there. Me and her can just come back. So that you can continue your on the spot assessment in Sambisa. And your blood,
I will go with my RPG. I will go with my RPG loaded.
Gentlemen, lady, we have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again tomorrow. From me, Medina Azaki, and the whole team here, it's bye for now.
Hey.
Barcelona fought heavily to a 2-1 victory over Atletico Madrid, but it wasn't enough. The Catalan giant crashed out 3-2 on aggregate, a win that felt more like a goodbye. And over at the iconic Anfield, the famous row wasn't enough to rescue Liverpool. Paris Saint-Germain silenced the cup with a commanding 2-0 victory, sending shockwave through Europe as the Reds fall on their own tour. This is UEFA Champions League quarterfinals, where giants fall and only the strongest survive. Welcome to another explosive P&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. Joining me virtually is our in-house analyst, Tom Aroko, the sport Berlusconi, ever sharp, and from the ancient city of Benin, the abracadabra of sport himself, Rujon. Just grab your teacup because P&B Sport start now. Welcome back. It's P&B Sports Show, reaching live from the nation's capital. Tom, good morning. And I believe you have a very good night last night because you predicted that PSG will. Is it PSG? No, I think it's Atletico Madrid. You predicted that Atletico Madrid we lost yesterday 2-1 to Barcelona, but unfortunately, they did. In fact, fortunately for you, you got your prediction right because that was exactly what happened. And Atletico Madrid go through by aggregate. Good morning, Tom. So how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling amazing. You know, my predictions were absolute and they were correct. You know, we actually expected the 2-1 from the Atletico side. We expected Atletico and Barcelona to win, but the Metropolitan will lose on the aggregate, and that was what we saw. We also expected the Liverpool side to be completely obliterated by the PSG side as the Paris Saint-Germain. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, you're just talking about Liverpool. Okay, I think we'll have Eru now on the show. Eru, good morning. The Ibracadabra was sorry. I'm trying to struggle. You know what? Sometimes when you bring magic to sport analysis, you know, yeah, Eru, you know, we always call you the Ibracadabra of sport because you bring magic to sport analysis. Good morning, and how is Benin this morning?
Good morning. Benin is fine. As usual,
Edo is always shining, but the last time I was in Edo, I did not see that word you would call shining there. I think Edo is sinking. That's what I saw.
It depends on the part of Edo that you
Oh, okay. It's not all the Edo. It's just some part. Okay, probably let's just say Benin is shining. Maybe it's only Benin, right? Okay, Tom. Let's dive into it. We saw. I don't know. Did NC Flix early lead at I'm talking about the Barcelona game now. Did the NC Flix early lead actually cost anything? Like, it doesn't make them complicit. I'm talking about the Barcelona team now. Was it a factor? Yes, I'm talking to you. I said NC Flix, this early lead. You know, we scored early. I think fourth minute into that game already. Yaman scored. And did you think taking that lead early actually affected that game because they were not comfortable?
Hardly. I think it actually affected the game. You know, in fact, as the Flix side, I think they just stepped onto the pitch with, you know, this terrifying intensity. You know, they were hunting for the 2-0 deficit, you know, that we showed from the first leg. You know, with Lamine Yamal scoring after just the 4th minute and Torres, you know, just doubling it down, you know, to balance everything at the 24th minute. It seemed like they were actually on the right path. But, you know, when you look at it, Barcelona actually, you know, after they leveled the aggregate, you know, within the first quarter of the match, they weren't complacent, kind of. They were dominant, you know, playing with this type of energy. But I feel it suffocated Atletico Madrid build up at some point. But in my own view and in my own opinion, you know, I feel it wasn't really the complacency that killed Barcelona. It was the lack of a plan B. You know, once Atletico Madrid settled and understood the style that Barcelona were coming with, I just feel that, you know, they just blew this emotional and physical load that they already had in the 20th minute. And they couldn't sustain it after the Lukman goal. And it seems amazing, you know, having that kind of goal from Nigeria. It seems fantastic, it seems amazing. And I think for once we are seeing a Nigeria, you know, create so much impact in the UEFA Champions League after about 10 years ago.
Well said. Let me come to you with this. Can we say Eric Garcia dismissal was the final nail on the coffee for Barcelona?
I don't think so, particularly. But even after his dismissal, they still have a couple of times to speak the point on the press Atletico Madrid. After his dismissal, they still managed to gain dominance in the game and they wasted a couple of chances. They had some great chances and all. So I don't think his dismissal particularly was final. The final piece. I think his dismissal was rather a moral booster for Atletico Madrid. The moment he got the red card, you could see some Atletico Madrid players, the way they were popping, they were celebrating. Because at that point, they knew that, okay, his absence from the game, his removal from the game, will further reduce the amount of pressure they will get. Because at this point in time, that red card has automatically given Barcelona jobs. You are trying to protect your space from Atletico doing other damages, and you are also at the same time trying to score to advance or just take the game into extra time. So it wasn't exactly the final stop for me. It was just an added advantage for Atletico Madrid because, like I said before, even after the red card, Barcelona played well. They still have a couple of chances. They still, it was not like the first set. The moment they got the red card, they even tried to play better. In the first set, when they got the red card, they started to play better than they were playing
But Eru, why is it that always they play? Why is it that this same thing happened first game, that's the first leg, and second leg the same thing, same red card came out? I don't know. What do you think might be a factor to this? Do you think I said we have red card. The player was sent out for Barcelona team first leg, second leg the same thing happened. Do you think NC Flick did not plan for this? I don't know, because I remember Tom said something like it's just that Barcelona does not have a plan B. But do you think NC Flick actually planned for this?
I don't think any manager in football goes to a game planning that he expects his team to get a red card, except Enzo Maresca's Chelsea, his last game at Chelsea, because he seems to get red card every single game. But naturally, I don't think the manager has a plan that I know I'm going to get a red card in this game. No manager does that. What every manager does, like some writers said, you don't do, you make a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and they are purely tactical. The only thing a manager even at some point makes plans for is when they have players in the team that they know that people just have close to injury. Like for example, let me give an example. When you see Chelsea play the likes of his game, you already know that the defender is going to get injured. So you have a plan that is going to play 90 minutes, going to play 4, you're going to play 50 minutes, and just like that. So I don't think Barcelona plans that, in this game we are going to get the red card. As a matter of fact, they approach the game with the all attacking mindset. So if there was anybody that approached to get the red card in the game, it is Atletico Madrid, because all of us know how rough, how brutal they can be. And coming into that game, we all need the result defensive. So if we are fans, we're expecting anybody to get the red card in that game, it should have been Atletico Madrid and not the Barcelona side. Not to forget to mention that the red card was completely unnecessary. The guy that the player was the red card, that was a proper, immature way of marking. So yes, I don't think the plans were prepared for the red card in that game. Because he came all out to win. He wanted to win. He was told by prophets that in this game you are going to get the red card. He probably would have labeled the prophet to a prophet. Yeah.
Okay, well said. Tom, let me come to you with this. Our own Ademola Lookman, can we now say that he's one of the most dangerous player in Atletico Madrid squad right now? Because we saw what he did yesterday, fantastic, and it was his goal that took Atletico down to the semi-finals. Let me get your thought on that.
Let me start with our national anthem, Nigeria. When you see a player like Ademola Lookman, I think he's perfect. I think he's the perfect immunity player as well. I think when you look at his statistics right now, it's obviously suggests that he's the most clinical player. And when you look at the first minute goal, it was just a composed and complete finish after that assist from Marcos Llorente. I think it was fantastic. I think this should be his second goal in 6 UCL encounters. So it's fantastic for me. He's a player that he tracks back with discipline of a fullback or possesses, this kind of attacking structure as well, to finish on any chance that he gets. So it's fantastic, and my own opinion is currently the most efficient threat on the Atletico side. And when you look at the statistics coming from the Nigerian point of view, he has joined some of the elite of the elite. I think in the last 10 years, the last time we actually saw anybody make it to UCL quarterfinals was probably Iheanacho. We saw it from Finidi George. I think Finidi George and Kanu Wanko. They did it before. I think I'm trying to remember the name of the club. They did it previously before. Then we've also seen it with Obafemi Martin. We've seen it with Obi Mikel, and now Kelechi Iheanacho, and finally Ademola Lookman. So this says a lot about the player that he is. It says a lot about the grit. It says a lot about him, and he has actually proved that Simeone is right for bringing him to the Atletico Madrid side. So kudos to him. Kudos to Atletico Madrid side, and kudos for the goal that he scored and show that he's one of the best players right now on the Atletico Madrid squad.
Well said, Tom. Eru, can you say from your own point of view, can you say now that we could take Atletico very, very serious and they can go all the way to the finals with what they have now? Do you think they can go all the way to the finals? Do they have that quality?
Of course, they have it. Getting to the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League is not a tight play. It's no joke. And then they've proven that, okay, they have the quality that they. Yes, I think they will be able to go all up to the final because they will be playing the winners of Arsenal or Sporting CP in the semi-final. To be very honest with you, they have what it takes to defeat either of these things. Sincerely speaking, they have what it takes to defeat either of these. And then somebody with the job with against Spain, not because they have some very good attacking players. Maybe they have the likes of Alvarez, they have the likes of Ademola Lookman, they have the likes of Solomon, and a couple of other very beautiful players. Don't forget to mention and some engagement is still there. So they have the quality, they have what it takes. I just think what they need to do is when they get to the semi-finals, they go to London to do a mistake game. Don't go to the semi-finals with the hope of playing a proper hard ball. Get the goals, punish your opponent, and they have what it takes to go all up to the final. We've seen them do it before. It is very possible for them to do it again. Yeah.
Okay, well said. And Tom, between Atletico Madrid and I'm talking about Hansi Flick now. Hansi Flick and Diego Simeone. Tactically, who can you just say pass? Who will you rate higher between Atletico Madrid? Right, I'm talking about Diego Simeone and Hansi Flick. Who will you rate higher?
At this point, I'm going to say it's Diego Simeone because when you look at the way they play, you can see that this is a side that knows the game. You understand the opponent that they are going to be meeting. It's a side that have done enough research. And it's also a side that when you look at Simeone, he's a person that also knows how to recruit players. He's not just good tactically, he's not just good at motivating players, but he's also good at recruiting players. The players that he has brought on the team, they have made it a point of order to make sure that the decisions that he has made, even when he was criticized by the Atletico board, does not go in vain by bringing in the right results. And that's what we are seeing from when Ademola Lookman came to play in his first match, and he scored in the first match, and to also now that he has pushed them, to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. So it says a lot that Simeone is actually better. And when you look at the La Liga as well, there's also a question mark there. But when you look at the way Barcelona has played in the La Liga, you can also see that they've struggled a lot, especially with Real Madrid, sitting and trying to destabilize them as well. But when you look at it, you can only tell a good coach when a good coach or a good manager beats a very, very good team. And this says a lot about you.
Well said, Eru. I don't know if you share same sentiment with Tom. You will recall that Diego Simeone also stopped them from Copa del Rey. If you remember, semi-finals also, quarter-final, I can't remember. Diego Simeone stopped them this season, and now also removed. They've stopped them from Champions. They have crashed them out in Champions League as well. So, do you share some sentiment with Tom?
There's a popular saying that not the now who pass now who pass exam. Exactly. So Lagos Simeone have every right to stand in the moral box and say, okay, I'm than Lagos Simeone. Lagos Simeone for gossip is only known for playing around the ball, proper around the ball, not one national play. Lagos Simeone is the pioneer of proper around the ball. And then so I feel Antiquita have better tactical approaches to games. They are going to swing to the highline, they are going to swing to the protection base, they are going to swing to a counter. I think Lagos Simeone, sorry, Antiquita, better tactically, in my own opinion. But in what we have seen recently, Lagos Simeone has proven to be a better manager tactically. I mean, he has outclassed and played
okay. It's time for us to go on a very short break. But when we return, of course, we'll take our attention to Anfield, what happened between PSG and Liverpool. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
We're bringing you the biggest headlines, match analysis, and expert analysis from the world of sport.
Unbelievable! It's Rodri! Manchester City are on their way!
From football to basketball to athletics, from outdoor sports to indoor sports, we all got you covered. Stay with us as we break down the latest results
And as we dive into the major sports stories making waves globally and locally.
Oh, he's taken it!
Your home of everything sports, only on Politics and Business Television.
Welcome back, Tom. Before we go for the break, I was talking about the Anfield game against PSG versus Liverpool. But from your own end, I don't know. Can we say that the Anfield, the not walk alone slogan has disappeared from Anfield? Because if you see that stadium, you know that the fans of the Liverpool, and like they rightly said, they never walk alone, which means they are always together. So with that, PSG still come there, do what they need to do, dismantle the team, and in fact left them without even scoring a goal. That's a very big statement, don't you think so at all?
I think it's not just a big statement. I think it's a detrimental statement to the Liverpool side. Under Arne Slot, we are seeing a Liverpool that has decided to walk alone. Anfield was completely silent last night because PSG seemed like they took out the oxygen out of the room. They took out the oxygen out of Anfield. Under Luis Enrique, PSG have mastered this kind of circulation game. They kind of keep the ball, for long spells to deny the crowd any kind of emotional spark. Very fully well that if they can hold the possession of the ball, the fans are going to be, they are going to start to be emotional, and they are not going to bring in the needed energy that they need to push, the Liverpool side. Knowing fully well that Anfield is a side that erupts, and their guns blazing. They are literally the 12th man, on the pitch. And I feel like Liverpool's failure to register even a single goal across two legs. Come on, 4-0, that says a lot. To me, it suggests that the fear factor in Anfield, or the fear factor that Arne Slot had when he came in and won the DP of the first season, the fear factor that the team has is completely dead. And I feel that the Anfield magic requires this kind of high pressing, it requires this kind of heavy mental trigger as well, which they do not have. And the Slot needs to actually sit down. He needs to measure his approach to matches. I don't think he has found his mojo yet. I don't think that he has found the right balance between control and trying to control the chaos that has famously dismantled other teams, especially teams like Barcelona, and the kind of player and the kind of thing that he did in 2019.
Okay.
I I think that they need to do a lot.
Okay, well said. Eru, can you say that starting Alexander Isak over Mo Salah backfired?
I think that's sorry.
I said, can we say that starting Alexander Isak over Mo Salah backfired for Arne Slot?
That's what the players are put different positions. Alexander Isak is a striker, Mohamed Salah is a winger. So I don't think that. Although I'm not surprised to starting Alexander Isak in that game because Alexander Isak this season has been terrible, has been terrifying for what we have not replicated 1% of what we saw at Newcastle. So in the Liverpool squad. So I think starting Alexander Isak was a big problem. But I don't think Alexander Isak replaced Mohamed Salah in starting lineup because, like I said, these are two players that play different positions. I think Isak rather replaced Kobe Gakpo on the starting lineup. But then again, yes, I think starting Isak was a terrible decision. It was uncalled for. It was unnecessary. He had little or no contribution to the game. As a matter of fact, when Mohamed Salah came in for Ubre, they were brought out to John. He had more contributions, he had more visibility, he had more impact in the game than Alexander Isak that started in March.
But sorry to interject there. But what will you say happened to Alexander Isak? Look at him in Newcastle. He was all over, like he was just all over. Then coming to Liverpool, he's just like a shadow of himself. What do you think happened?
I think there are two things involved here. One is this. Some players, I've had this discussion with some before. Some players are not big team players. Some footballers are not big team footballers. Take a look at Manuel Ugarte, for example. They're not big team players, they're not big team footballers. If you take Emmanuel Ugarte to West Ham, you will become a beast. I can assure you of that. So some players, they cannot play with the pressure that comes to playing for the big side. But for Alexander Isak, I think the problem is that he found it difficult finding his feet before he went out injured. He has had a couple of injuries already today. And even before he went out injured, I think he only had one goal contribution, which was the assist he had against Chelsea when Chelsea completed them to go for one in the first leg. So I think that Alexander Isak, for me, he has found it difficult to find his feet at Liverpool. And it's very surprising because you are not in a new league, which is still the English Premier League. You only moved from one city to another city. As a matter of fact, Liverpool plays better football. Liverpool plays a more open football and gives opportunity for strikers to score than it is at Newcastle. So I do not completely understand or whether Anislot is the one. Because the other signing, the other who came in from a different league entirely, is doing better. He's settled in better than Alexander Isak.
He might also retain that same title this season. Quickly, as we try to wrap up, he scored brace yesterday, and
I think the ability is completely on form. His ability to go both ways has improved, improving decision and making the right decisions under pressure. I think they make him more dangerous, even more dangerous than players like Vinicius Junior or Mbappe in specific transitions in heavy matchups and in big games. And it's completely that when it comes to the Ballon d'Or, you might actually say I do not know, but we might see an award for
end of era.
I don't think it's an end of era. I think this is